Real.
Thank you for coming back and listening to us.
Thank you guys, we appreciate it.
We really do.
You like us, you really like us.
Yay! So,
what's been going on? What you been doing? What you been up to? What's the G's?
Because this is pre-recorded, guys, so I don't know. No. Okay.
Yeah, it depends on when you're listening to this. So, let's just say not much. Not much.
Yeah, you know, life is good, healthy, happy.
etc.
Hope you guys are healthy, happy. Sometimes we be on Twitter, yeah?
Twitter's the best.
And, well, depends on who you speak to.
It does depend on who you follow. It does depend on, because there are some nonsense people be going on, like, say, there's Socrates every 5 moments, and they be giving you, like, Nietzsche and stuff, and they think they're philosophers. There's whole sections of Twitter that some people just don't even realise, because we were talking about this earlier, and there's a whole section, there's like a football section of Twitter that I'm just not even tapped into.
I'm tapped into.
That we were talking about earlier, and I was just like, what? Who's that?
True.
What are you talking about? Because I feel like I'm tapped into Black Twitter, which is honestly gives me the most life. It is just the best thing in the world, and if you're not tapped into Black Twitter, please, like, this is the only thing that you need to do in life.
I think I'm tapped into all Twitter. I'm quite tapped into...
I don't know, because sometimes I see someone else retweet something from a different section of Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, someone will retweet sort of like Scottish Twitter, and I'd be like, how is this like... And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but
it's
look
just
at
like...
St. Paddy's Day, though, and like, I was like, damn, my Irish, come on there, come on.
It's just a whole section of Twitter. So, again, sort of like, so there's, I guess, like TV Twitter, and I guess sort of like... There's sometimes you sort of see news articles that say, oh, the most famous, this face went viral, this meme went viral. And you're like, I've never seen this face before in my life. what the hell is this? And it's just like, because you know it's come from a different end of Twitter. So I just find it really interesting. But I've got so much time for Twitter. Twitter is like my favorite thing.
Oh my God, I'm on Twitter right now, and I've just seen, off subject. Well, no, on subjects, I'm on Twitter. Right, so this girl, @_Ella Roberts, brilliant tweet from you. She tweeted, her grandmother wrote, "There is no faith in a man, not even in a brother. So girls, if you must love one another." That was written by her grandmother in 1925.
Wow.
I mean, I love that.
That's lovely. And I love that how she subtweeted that saying, my grandmother's 1925 version of Men Are Trash.
Love that.
That's so good.
Men have been trashed since day. But it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's gone viral. And
do you know what else is really interesting? I love, there's been this conversation about whether or not, as a woman, you would take your husband's name, and vice versa, as a man, would you be open to taking your wife's name? And
I got my views, innit? You know, I got my views, obviously.
And if you're not sort of like, sort of like in tune yet, I'm Tolu, very much a feminist, and Abby is not, basically. And my own personal opinion, I cannot speak for anyone else but myself. I would like to keep my name, but I do think I am open to, taking my husband's name, but
like double-barreled or something.
Yeah. Because all right, go on. You say yours.
Well, you know I'm going to be opposite to you. You already know.
Well, why?
I love my son. Oh my God, I love my surname, man. And I probably would keep my surname, just because us Adamsons, but few and far between. There's not many of us on my mum's side of the family. Exactly. It's actually my mum's maiden name, and they're very small. However, I am a traditionalist, and
do you not think that
I love taking? I would love to take my husband's surname.
But then, do you not think that there's sort of like the whole idea of sort of like, tradition just mainly does benefit the man? It's very patriarchal.
Not necessarily. Not in 2018, because
no, it does. Everything does. Because you're talking about tradition though.
Yeah.
So it's not 2018. It is sort of like everything that's carried on.
No, but I don't feel that it benefits the man, because it's 2018. Yeah. So therefore, he knows that I don't have to do it.
No, that's true.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not
that.
For him, it's for me.
Yeah, but then sort of like, so what would be the problem of him taking your name?
I don't mind if he takes my name.
But he wouldn't. But we all know that men wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't. But
a man, maybe some men.
But I just quite like that side of tradition. It's like when someone was asking, like, leap year, when the leap year was about, and I remember they asked Alicia Dixon if she was going to propose to her boyfriend, and she said she might because it was a leap year.
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck?
Do you know what? No.
There are a few things there are just a few things that I just in life that I think, that's nice, and being proposed to would be one of them. I'm not about to get on any damn knee for any man.
I mean, me neither, but mainly because, not as sort of like as a feminist, if you want to sort of like, I mean, I don't, because men are very difficult, I think it's never wise for a woman to propose to a man, because I don't think you never really know what they're thinking. Even when they do propose, that doesn't mean that they won't ever cheat. So my thing is, it's just like, if they want you, they will, I guess, they will propose. And if they don't want you, they won't propose. So therefore, don't waste your time and keep it moving, sis. That's kind of like
that's if marriage is a thing for both of you.
Yeah, that's if that's what you both want. Yeah. So as a woman proposing to a man, I'm just like, that's clearly your intention. That's not what he wants. Yeah. And if he doesn't, but I suppose maybe that's me programmed to think that, if a man wants to marry you, then that's his job to do that, because he's sort of like chased after you, and he's sort of like he wants to settle down with you, and it's his decision. I guess that's still sort of like something that's programmed in me. So in that sense, I'm not a fan of asking men out, shooting your shot. I can't do it for the life of me. But then I will die of embarrassment. I would really like to. I really, really would like to. But I would actually literally die.
And do you know what? For all of my bravado, people think, oh God, you're incredibly outgoing. You're very confident. You think I'll ever walk up to a man and ask him out?
I can't do it. I really wish I could.
I would chew my own thumb off. No.
Even if you fancied him.
What if he turned around and
who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush? Single?
Anyone, man.
No, let them be single.
Literally anyone in the world.
Anyone in the world.
Oh my God, please just pick someone. He's not here. It's fine. Oh my.
I think it will.
Oh my God!
Oh God, I do quite like a bit of Michael Fassbender.
All right, fine. Oh, Lillian, this one's for you. So okay, if it was Michael Fassbender in a bar,
or Michael B. Jordan,
just please pick one.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Legit, I wouldn't be able to do it. I've seen some gorgeous guys, out there, and I legit think, God, he could be the man of my dreams. But then I do believe, going off again a little bit, I do believe what is meant for you will not pass you by. I'm a big firm believer in what is meant for you will be yours.
I agree.
That said, sometimes I'm like, heaven helps those who help themselves. Why don't you go and help yourself?
Yeah, so why don't you go and help yourself?
I wouldn't do it. Because I just think, what if you turned around and said,
cripples me.
I'm married, or I'm sorry, you're not my type.
Yeah, but if it's married, that's not your fault.
If it's married, that would be better. The worst one would be, I'm not your type.
That's what would be.
You're not my type.
Yeah. That's what would cripple me. Be like, what are you doing here? Oh my God, I've died. I don't know. I think I'd actually literally faint.
Or he turns back to the barman and carries on ordering a drink.
You're not even there. Oh my God, I can't.
Ooh,
my chest.
I couldn't do it.
Would you shoot your shot on Twitter? Like if there was someone on Twitter that you fancy?
Do you know what? No, because I'm incredibly proud.
Me too. My chest is too high.
Yeah,
my chest is way too high.
I'm just really. I'm quite a proud person, and that is bad and good.
That is really.
But it's good because you have
some standards.
Some standards for yourself. But it's bad because sometimes you miss out on opportunities.
Yeah, well, this is it.
But I don't know. I don't think I would, because I've seen some really nice human beings on Instagram.
Like there's a lot of and very attractive men on Twitter.
Yeah, and I'm just on Twitter. Yeah, I need to look harder because you're
in that section of Twitter where when no one's there
I'm obviously in the wrong section of Twitter because I haven't seen any. But
I've seen too many, and it's just like, oh hey, what do I do to just like you sort of like I sort
Are they
of like
based in this country?
Maybe. Some are, some aren't.
I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
I just feel like
I can't.
I just feel it's a bit desperate.
Why? But then don't you think this is part of the patriarchy of women are not supposed to do the chasing?
No. Because even if a guy came, I don't know how I'd feel. I'd be like, well, how many girls have you sent that to? That's how. That's my. You know me. The first thing is to sabotage something.
Self-saboteurs.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Honestly.
Because my first thing is to be if he's so bold to send it to me just casually like that, how many girls has he sent that to? That's my thing, and that's why I just wouldn't entertain it, just because I wouldn't trust.
But then that could be sort of like someone in a bar as well, though.
But a bar, it's a lot harder in a bar to hop from one person in that setting.
Yeah, but it does happen.
It does happen. But
so why is it different online?
Because online you just don't really know people.
Yeah, but you don't know anyone in a bar either.
But I'm talking about physically. How do I know that person looks like how they look like, for instance?
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. But sort of, okay, fine. Let's say in a bar, sort of this person does approach you and they sort of like look like what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
They might be still a piece of shit.
They normally are.
That's very true. Very true.
I don't know. And going back, have you ever seen the film Looking for Mr. Goodbar?
No. Who's in that?
Richard Gere.
Oh, right, okay.
That is a fact. It's based on a true story, but I won't spoil it for you, just because you're talking about bar and men and you don't know how they're going to be. Looking for Mr. Goodbar is a brilliant, brilliant film based on a true story.
Oh.
Go and watch that.
Does he kill her? Does he murder her?
I'm not going to say anything.
Does he stalk her?
I'm not saying anything. But go and watch that. Go and watch Looking for Mr. Goodbar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this going to make me want to meet guys in bar or not want to meet guys in bar?
Not necessarily. I don't think it'll change your opinion at all. It's just very interesting. It's just about you just don't know people. You just don't know.
I mean, well, this is why I'm sort of like a bit, I guess, more open to how people approach me, because I'm too scared to approach anyone else.
Fine boys out there, right? I'm not saying don't approach me.
Despite everything I just said, I'm not saying don't approach me.
Despite everything I just said, do slide up in my DM, please. do send me a message, because
she is very friendly.
I am. I say so, but look, it's on my Twitter bio. Say hi. I'm rather friendly. I am rather friendly.
She is.
I only bite sometimes.
When you want her to.
Yeah, exactly. Snap. Oh gosh. No, I don't know. I don't know if it's because sometimes I feel like I'm a misanthrope and I don't like human beings, therefore I don't trust them. So I always just think they have a hidden agenda.
Well, this is it. I think that's only just like a learning curve, isn't it? Sort of like you've been hurt so many times. Same as me, been hurt so many times.
As we all have, as you guys, I'm sure many of you that are listening have been hurt many times.
It's just, you just have your guard up a bit more. You are a bit more selective about who you open up to, or who you let in, etc. It's just a normal, just a normal way of life. It's just like, if you burn your hands on a stove, you're not going to go there every day. You're not going to do it again. Yeah, you're just a bit more cautious. You wear gloves, etc. So it's just a natural process of life. But I think we just need to be careful not to be so closed off, which is what I have done. I'm very guilty of being so closed off that you're not even looking in the direction of certain people, and you're not even interested. Like, everything's just so completely shut down to you that you just realize that you don't even realize that you're missing out on all of these experiences in life and opportunities. So I guess just keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And slide up in the DMs.
Slide up in the DMs at Abby Films.
At Chucky Sanya. Yeah. I'm also very friendly.
Okay, single life to one side. We'll do a proper a proper episode about relationships and I want to touch on online dating and stuff like that, but we'll come to that one in another episode. But one thing I did, how we got onto Twitter actually is I found out today, but I think Tolly, you've known him for a little bit longer, that
the original director himself, the man that is Hollywood, pretty much. Mr. Steven Spielberg, he's got a beef with films made on Netflix. What's that beef, Tolu?
Okay, so there was an article on IndieWire earlier this week just about how Steven Spielberg said that he doesn't feel that films made by Netflix or on Netflix with that also have a 1 week release in theatres, so cinemas to you and me, should qualify for Oscars and awards, which I don't think makes sense.
Bullshit,
it just doesn't make sense. And as much as we love Steven Spielberg, he's amazing, obviously an iconic director and stuff, but he's wrong.
But also, who are you, Steven, to not give other people that
chance? Yeah.
And you've been around. It's like hello, you're Steven Spielberg. You don't. I mean, that's fine. But however, there will be other people might be even better than Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
How the hell are we not going to? What if that's the only way for them? What if that's the only platform for them to use to bring out a film? What if they could only get funding that was only X amount? Yeah. So the fact that Steven Spielberg has the unmitigated gall to be telling someone that films like Mudbound shouldn't be recognised at the Oscars.
So I
find that quite offensive.
Because I was going to mention Mudbound, because basically the story behind Mudbound, what I found out when I attended a Q&A with Dee Rees, who's the director of Mudbound, she had basically said that she had screened the film at a festival, and the film was well received. It even got a standing ovation. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And after the film, I guess they must have sort of like a room or sort of like a post-event sort of like area. No one approached her. Like none of the studios approached her to buy this film. So it was just kind of like, okay, well, if everyone says it's amazing, why aren't Universal approaching me? Why isn't Fox approaching me? Why isn't, TriStar approaching me? Like, whatever. Anyone. Like, so everyone says that this film's great, but yet no one wants to buy it. And apparently the only, I guess, production company that approached her and said, okay, this is great, was Netflix. So it just doesn't make sense that films such as Mudbound, which is an incredible film, shouldn't have the opportunity to win awards because it is very well acted, very well directed. The cinematography obviously is incredible, and it's just like, why shouldn't other films get the opportunity to shine? Yeah.
I just
if no one else wants to buy it, that's your fault.
Stupid comment to make. I think
it's a bit it's sort of like, it's such a typical comment from someone who isn't living in
he's not really living in the real world. All Steven Spielberg has to do is I want a film, and quite frankly,
all of those fall to his feet.
All of those powerhouses would just say, King,
yes,
absolutely.
Yes, Steven.
He
Whatever
can
you say, Steven.
Look, I want to make a short animation about poop that floats.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, that's fine. Here's the money.
Yeah,
whereas you have, other, films that are waiting to be developed that no one's gonna take. And and if Netflix or whoever want to approach people and say, no, you know what, we like this. This is fresh. This is new. This is innovative. This is, this will bring in an audience. Then why the hell shouldn't they?
And also, just with the way that the industry is moving, people aren't really going to the cinema anymore. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. I love the cinema. I would go to the cinema every day if I could, to watch every single film.
But we need to get real. This is the digital age now.
Exactly.
It's like, why am I going to go to... Number one, with Sky, the film that I could have watched in the cinema 2 months ago is now on Sky.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm cool with waiting.
Yeah.
There's only certain films like for instance, the Black Panthers, the Moonlights, Infinity War, that I have to see there and then.
You need experience.
But actually, other than that, in the click of your fingers, the film's out,
it's available.
Everything's just there, and it's cinema's on the move now. Yeah. Cinema's walking with you.
Yeah.
So we're in a time where the Netflix will be the reigning champion.
Well, this is it.
Do you know the story behind Blockbuster?
Yeah, that Netflix wanted to buy it and they said no.
No, the guy who owned Netflix wanted to go into business with the guy from Blockbuster.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah. And then he was like, no, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Where's Blockbuster, ladies and gentlemen?
So
humble yourself.
This is why you sort of need to be open to like new opportunities.
You have to be.
And just sort of look at where trends are going.
Absolutely. And I think, look, Steven Spielberg is old Hollywood. Mm-hmm. He is. You have the Barry Jenkins now. You have the Dee Rees. Mm-hmm. You have all these people now who are the Ryan Couglers. Sorry, I will get his name right the first time. Ava DuVernay.
Absolutely right. And it just seems like organizations, I guess like Netflix, or I guess they basically are giving sort of like newer voices more of a chance. The studios are stuck with their old voices, the same old Hollywood types, and it's like, okay, fine, they will give Steven Spielberg, film after film after film, which is absolutely great because I will always love Steven Spielberg and his films. But those same studios who are continuously regurgitating sort of like films out with the same old people are not giving anybody else a chance. So the new voices aren't being heard. And if organizations such as Netflix, Amazon, whoever, Apple, whoever else are giving these new voices an opportunity to create films and, do something different and provide a different type of narrative that we aren't seeing at the moment, then I am all for it. Then why the hell not? It just doesn't make sense that we're going to be stuck with the same, sort of stories. It's just like, how many times can we see sort of, Indiana Jones and, sort of like the
There's a new one coming.
Yeah, no, there's I mean, I love Indiana Jones.
Oh my God,
I love
the first three, not the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull nonsense.
I'm really, anyway.
I absolutely, The Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite films.
And Temple of Doom, I really like Temple.
I didn't like that. See, Temple of Doom is my third, I don't know, the chilled monkey brain part always freaks me out.
But I just like, what's my favorite thing? Oh my God. Sort of like grabs into the mind, like, and the kids, come on. I think that's anyway. Oh,
and I love The Last Crusade. I love that.
That's the one that I'm just like, man.
That's my Temple of Doom.
Oh, right.
That's my Temple of Doom.
I love it.
But I love that. Him and Sean Connery. I absolutely love that film.
I just thought it was okay. Anything.
But you know what? Steven Spielberg, he's going to get a lot more pissed because, people have been making films on their iPhones now.
Well, yeah.
What's he going to say to that?
Well, it's just like, I'm sure someone is going to say, well, it's not a proper film if it's made on an iPhone. But if technology is moving in a direction where you can make high quality films on, something that sits in your pocket all day, then why the hell not? Again, it's sort of like an opportunity for people who don't have access to all of these sort of like, massive equipment. I mean, I've only recently learned sort of like how much an Arri Alexa camera is, and it's just like, pardon? How much is this? And that's just to rent for one day. So can you imagine if you need to shoot for like 90 days plus? Some people don't have access to that. Some people don't have the funding for that. Even when you apply for funding, not everybody gets it. So it's just like
the people that get it. I mean, it's easier to get into the kingdom of heaven, basically.
So if you can sort of like tweak some settings on your iPhone, buy sort of like one of those tripod things on Amazon, and you can make a 90-minute film. I say go for it, everyone. If you've got access to it, if you have a story, if you got something that you want to get out there, I always say do it, because what's the worst thing that can happen? We've got sort of Lena Whites who just wanted to tell their story. Now she's won Emmys, and her stories and ideas are getting commissioned by HBO and whoever else. Donald Glover, who's doing Atlanta, he just had an idea one day. Issa Rae, who was doing sort of like Insecure Black Girl on YouTube for years, and then again HBO's commissioned her, all because they had their own ideas, and maybe they shot on their phone, maybe they shot on their camera, whatever it is, and they just pushed with it. So it's just like, if you've got these tiny bits of equipment which may not be sort of like top of the art, state of the art, sort of like the best of the best, but if you've got something that is able to produce
what will
a fraction of what you want, then do it.
Your passion and your creativity will shine through, regardless of what your means are and what kind of apparatus you have or equipment you have.
Absolutely.
That's it, and that's why those people, their hard work hasn't gone in vain.
Exactly.
I think, Steven Spielberg, he's just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, because this is where
it's moving, and it's, he'll be having to retire his camera soon because, his video, because there are people coming for him.
This is unfortunate. Have you seen, because one of the films that got like a really good review not recently, I think it was about maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, was Tangerine. Apparently that was shot on an iPhone. Did you see that?
I haven't seen that, no.
No, me neither, unfortunately. Apparently he did really well at festivals. And yeah, it's just something that it's on my list. I have a very extensive list of films that I still haven't seen.
I'll try that one. I'm just saying that it's moving that way. You know, you see people tweeting about it. You see people talking about it. And I don't know, I might even shoot my own damn film on my iPhone.
Do you know what? I definitely did think about this. I was just like,
maybe we'll put an episode somewhere where you can actually see us talk.
He's ready to see that. But I definitely think it's the way forward, because I wanted to do a documentary on just in general. I wanted to do a documentary, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have equipment for this. I have several ideas. All
right. Why do you look like I was attacking you there?
I have a few ideas.
What documentary do you want to do?
I don't know. It's just stuff that I guess because I'm just into film. I'm just very interested in sort of like the ins and outs of several things, and I guess sort of like culturally wise, there's a lot of questions that I think I have. So I think the idea of a documentary, maybe because it's like the easiest thing to do, appealed to me. So. Yeah, if I could do that on my iPhone, maybe that's something that could be coming fairly soon. Yeah. Apparently, I think Unsane was shot on an iPhone, which is the new film that's coming out soon. I've seen adverts and trailers about
Claire Foy.
Yes,
she's been followed by a stalker, and she goes to the mental institute.
Yes, apparently that was shot on an iPhone, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, really? That will explain things then, because I could tell that it was shot differently, funnily enough.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was shot on the iPhone. But people, by any means necessary.
This is it. By any means necessary. That's what it is.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, go for it. Do it. Oh, and speaking of other films that was on Netflix, there's a film that hasn't gone down well at the moment because of cultural appropriation.
Bright.
No, not even Bright.
Oh.
It's a film called The Outsider with Jared Leto, where he sort of like...
Jared, you'll be called whatever we want to call you.
He basically is just, I guess, this Caucasian male who I think lives in Japan, and it's sort of like, I think the premise is that he infiltrates the Yakuza and, you know, sort of like the gang, and he sort of like kills a bunch of people.
The mafia.
Yeah. And I just don't think it's gone down well with a lot of people, because it's
white man goes into...
Yeah, and it's just, there's a lot of people who sort of like mentioning sort of like cultural appropriation. I haven't seen the film, so I'm only going based on some of the reviews and some of the information that I've seen on Twitter. So it's really interesting that... I don't know if it's interesting, but it's something that's come up a lot recently. So obviously with the Scarlett Johansson and Ghost in a Shell, which was not great.
That was, for me, I actually think that really damaged her career.
Yeah, massively.
I think that damaged her career. I think that was outrageous. And Scarlett, if you ever hear this, shame on you.
Yeah,
is what I'd say.
It's just
shame on you. Like, you don't need the recognition.
Yeah,
you don't need the paycheck. I have no goddamn clue why you thought it was appropriate for you to take that role. Like, I mean, who the hell are you? You know, I was fuming.
I was really annoyed, because even I know of the manga, and you know, it's just, because I know it's sort of like, you know, obviously it's like a
Why didn't she do an Ed screen and say no thank you?
This is it. Well, Ed done this. Ed, obviously, some of you will know that Ed turned down the role, like a major role in the upcoming reboot of what's it called?
Hellboy. That's it.
Ed turned down a role, like a major role in Hellboy.
And a major paycheck.
A major paycheck, because he thought, you know, the role should go to someone else
who's Asian,
which is what
what the characters
supposed to be. And I just feel like a lot of actors and actresses, whatever, should probably do. What?
Tolu, Alexandra Shipp.
Oh right. Oh yeah. I really thought something bad had happened.
Something bad had happened, and I'm
okay. So Abby's really mad about Alexandra Shipp, and do you know what? There's a part of me that's not shocked, because
because a few black people on Twitter weren't shocked, and I'm like, wait, why am I the only one that's taking
in this so badly. And someone said, I'm not surprised because you're wrong. Someone said to her, I'm not surprised because you're an actual moron. And I was like, wait, is she a moron? Is she?
Do you know what? I don't really know much else about her except for that she played Storm in sort of like the
I thought she
X-Men.
came across quite well in some of her interviews, so I didn't.
I've never seen any.
I've seen a few interviews with her, and someone was like, "Oh God, yeah, that the woman." You know, people were just like, "Yeah, it's Alexandra. Don't pay her no mind because she's foolish." And I was like, "Oh, wait, where's this all coming from?"
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Because I just thought, first thing that came to my mind is, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. I mean, what kind of Mary Jane are you smoking? Because you're obviously high.
Well, I think this is part of what the problem is that.
Did you see what she was?
Do you know what? I saw a thing and then I was just like, do you know what? I don't have the headspace for this right now. Because I'm going to get so mad and it's going to throw me into sort of like a whole different sort of like mind space, and I just wasn't there for it at the moment. And because I think I saw it at work earlier that day, and then you had tweeted me. You had added me in something that she had said, and I do think it's ignorant. It's very ignorant what she said, and it's almost sort of like borderline disgusting. Where it's just like, okay, well, firstly, who the hell do you think you are? I think maybe she'd gotten. Do you think?
Can I just read? I'm going to read what she. Sorry, because this had me so speechless that she would even. I mean, she would even think it, much less actually say it out loud. That I just cannot believe. So I'm actually going to read this is coming from her. These are her words, right? This was about people asking about playing Storm, you know, and colorism, and that is for another episode. But I would like there to be so many incredible actresses that don't have to alter their appearance, that will do this job justice. But as a woman of colour, so now you're a woman of colour when it suits you, yeah? All right, fine. Those are my words, by the way. But as a woman of colour, you can't tell me that I can't play a woman of colour because I don't match the Crayola marker from 1975 when they drew the comic. That makes no sense. The Crayola marker.
Yeah, that's,
from 1975.
I think I saw that and I was just like, okay, not today, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought, you're cancelled. Alexandra Shipp, you are cancelled. You are cancelled.
I think we need to talk about cancellations as well. So do we think that, I do think her comment was very ignorant. Basically saying that the only reason that Storm was dark in the comic books back in 1970s was because that's the only shade of brown that they had. And sort of like dismissing the fact that one of the only reasons, maybe the main reason that she was cast as Storm is because she is fair skin, she is light skin, and that's the only reason why Halle Berry was cast. If that was the case, if the only colour that, they had available in 1970, blah, 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 was a dark skin crayon, why not stick with a dark skin actress?
So what the hell is she talking about?
That's why I think it's very ignorant. She's not accepting or realising that colorism has propelled her career.
Yeah, and she, please guys, go and read the rest of that interview. But she was basically saying that she's going to take work that was meant for someone who's Amanda Sternberg, she dropped out of playing Shuri in
so this is another thing, because apparently Ryan Coogler said that he wanted Letitia to play that role anyway. So for her to be like, I'm gonna drop out, it's just like, well, that wasn't your role to have.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it wasn't your role to sort of like audition for anyway. So it almost kind of seems like, I'm doing dark skinned girls a favour
okay,
by dropping out. So that was a bit
Amanda, I do like you. I do like you. But you two are.
No. Because let's not cancel everyone. Let's give everyone an opportunity to grow and learn, and So I'm hoping.
You know what? But at least she's on the right side of it.
Yeah,
whether the role was made for her or not. But the fact that Alexandra Shipp was saying, "Well, I don't give a shit." What shade? I'm sorry, guys. What shade of brown someone is supposed to be? I'm gonna take the role anyway. Yeah. Because if I don't take it, someone else light skin's gonna take it. No.
It's better off me than someone else light skin.
Yeah, it's better off me taking it. I'm like, well, excuse you. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for playing the martyr. Yeah. Thank you for sacrificing yourself.
It's just, I think this is the whole problem with colorism, which is why it's sort of like ballsy.
And you're a shit actress anyway.
You can't sue me because it's my opinion. There you go. So.
No, I didn't like that X-Men film anyway. That she was.
The Apocalypse one was horrendous. It was nonsense.
What's
the Apocalypse?
Yeah. Oh my god, Oscar's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what they did to Oscar.
Oh my god.
Oscar. I thought you meant Oscar like a dog. That's what I was like, who's Oscar? How do you go from Alexander to Oscar? I thought that Oscar, I don't know, it was a dog or something. Yeah, no, Oscar, what a man.
Fine. Honestly.
What a man. Yeah, that's made me feel better now. I was getting riled up about Alexander shit.
I mean, no, colorism is a problem. Colorism is a problem, and it's a problem only because a lot of, I guess, like fairy people who do privilege from it, or who have a better lifestyle based on it, is able to, basically, who privilege from it is able to have a better lifestyle than those who aren't. So if you're darker skinned, you're less likely to be cast in a role, and if you're fair skinned, that's not your problem, so therefore you don't see it as a problem, which isn't fine, but I understand it's not something that you can, you can understand, but don't dismiss it as a problem just because you don't understand it. It is something that does happen.
That's
and
exactly it. It's because she has not not witnessed it, or she's not she's not felt it. She actually hasn't. It was just the most idiotic thing you could possibly say.
I think it was just so ignorant.
It was so silly.
How old is she as well?
She's foolish old. She's age foolish. I don't like her, as you can all tell.
So you've cancelled her already.
I've cancelled her. I mean, it'll take a lot for her to get back into my good books. You're cancelled. Matter of fact, I will rather take... Who will I take? I'll take Sandra Bullock any day.
Oh, Sandra's winning for you anyway.
Sandra's always winning for me.
So it's not really like you're sacrificing anyone.
I know. It's true. I just like saying Sandra Bullock's name. Hey, Sandra. Did we talk? You mentioned cultural appropriation?
Because there was that issue with Bruno, wasn't there?
Yes,
a couple of weeks ago. Which, what were your thoughts on that?
I thought that it was from the grapevine.
Yeah, the grapevine that had brought it up and made it a trending topic on Twitter.
Incredibly unfair.
I think so too.
I thought, I don't particularly, go crazy for Bruno Mars's music or anything, but I just thought, look, he's just a guy who makes music to make people dance, for people to feel good. He's a beautiful lyricist.
He's a talented musician.
He's a very talented musician. So to be mad at him because he's won Grammy of the Year and Prince has never won that is not his fault.
I think that's what the problem is with, I guess, trying to maybe sort of like, not to define what cultural appropriation is, but trying to find sort of like that line, because I don't think that he's culturally appropriating it, because he does sort of like, pay homage to, sort of like, I don't know, jazz and R&B and, sort of like all the olden school sort of like genres of music. And he says,
New Jack Swing.
Yeah, and all that. And he sort of like, says, thank you.
Finesse was about Living Colour. Was for Living Colour, and that was him. That's paying homage to Living Colour, which had the Wayans brothers and all that.
And all of that stuff. So I don't think he does it in a way as in sort of like, oh, I'm going to take this thing that that is.
Let me tell you,
a black culture thing, and I'm going to make money from it.
No, I do think that the
industry, and I think the industry does that as a whole, because we have had sort of like the Justin Timberlakes and
the Miley Cyrus,
exactly. So
they sucked the life, the blood out.
They took everything that was popular.
They are culture vultures. From when Miley's talking about, she doesn't listen to rap, she thinks it's misogynistic.
Yeah, well, that's.
But when you were popping, everybody's tipping like we're popping Marley.
Exactly.
Where were you then? Right?
Yeah, exactly. So benefiting
when you were
the
twerking, Pon Robin Thicke at the flipping VMAs. Culture vulture.
Yeah, well there you go.
Where you go,
right? Benefiting off the culture again.
All of a sudden, it's
now you're not interested.
Now you're all into Malibu. Now because of what? Please, I actually think the Justin Timberlakes and the Miley Cyruses, they're worse, a lot worse than Bruno.
I don't think Bruno, because I don't think Bruno is culturally appropriating. I think he is saying, I've grown up listening to this music
and I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I want to give some. Yeah, and I want to give. Yeah, and I want to make some
homage. I particularly like Finesse, the song, but
it's fine. It's a fine song. But
I love the fact that it was homage to In Living Colour, and I thought, that's brilliant. You know, that's absolutely amazing. I love that he went 80s way. I love that. And very New Jack Swing. Very, I just the music that my dad and my mum loved growing up, and
that we loved growing up.
New Jack Swing was before our time. New Jack Swing.
I feel like I had a pure swing tape.
New Jack Swing.
Okay,
that's different.
Fine.
That is more like it's driving me.
Yeah, you didn't grow up with that.
No, but that's not. We would have been 4, is what I mean. That's what I mean, like their time.
Okay,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, okay, fine, but still at 18. Like,
don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Do you know that one?
No.
Hey, exactly. Test me. Test me. What? Do you like that, Dad? Did you like that, Dad? Big up.
Basically,
I'm saying that was New Jack Swing, not swing as in the one I just like, Return of the Mac. I'm not talking like that. But I'm saying because that's more, like vibe and all that. But I'm talking about old school, proper new, the actual genre.
Okay. I still feel like we grew up with it. Maybe there's sort of...
We did grow up with it, but I'm saying that was... Our parents would have been, I don't know, 25, I don't know, 26. Do you know what I mean? Like their time.
So then...
We didn't grow up with it, but that was their time to go out and clubbing and stuff or whatever, not necessarily clubbing, but you know what I'm trying to say. But I feel like that's what
Bruno.
Yeah, that's what Bruno was paying homage to. And, my mum was like, whoa, and Finesse, but my mum was like, okay, because it made her. Nostalgia is completely different. So her one would be different to us. For instance, we certainly did not grow up on New Edition. We did not grow up on New Edition because that would have been the 7th,
that's true. Yeah,
that's why I'm in that era. All of that. We grew up in as in we knew the songs because our parents played them, but we didn't. We weren't born then, so we didn't grow up with that music. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, but no. I still feel like just like we grew up with them, so it still feels like we grew up.
Trust me. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying it's like for me, like our growing up, like my sister, for instance. Whenever I start, whenever I don't know, one of my favorite songs is LL Cool J, "Around the Way, Girl." Do you know that song, Tilly?
No.
Okay. Anyway, I need it around the way you go. That one.
I think that's early LL Cool J, isn't it? Okay.
Precisely the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
I love that song, but I grew up with the song. But those were my dad and my mum's era when they were 25. Do you get what?
Okay, I see.
Do you get what I'm trying to?
I do see what you mean.
We did grow up because the only reason I know music is because my parents played it in the house.
Okay, I see what you mean.
But they grew up. So we grew up, but they embodied it.
I know what you mean. It's like being an 80s baby.
I remember Warren G's "Regulate." That was the first song that I could rap all the way through, like verbatim. It was a clear black night, a clear white moon.
You don't have to do it now.
I'm trying to shout my little lyrical flow there.
But that one, did I know sort of all the?
I was 7 years old, I think. So that's what I mean about that. They grew up on that music. It's like NWA. Before you know what I mean. There was a certain that's what I mean. They grew up. So for my mum to she was like, whoa, when Bruno Mars dropped that, because I knew it took her back to her time. And I just think, well, actually, shouldn't we applaud him for that? Shouldn't we say, oh, that's nice?
Bringing something.
Even the Wayans brothers, I think they tweeted him or they sent something saying, oh my God, this is amazing, because it was homage to their thing.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So I think
did that.
Should we not be happy that he's doing that?
I don't see it as a problem. I don't see it as a problem. The problem is the industry. I don't think it's particularly Bruno himself.
Yeah, I think has he had better opportunities because he's multicultural and stuff, then
he's sort of like racially ambiguous,
he's racially ambiguous,
which helps.
Which helps him,
But then I suppose again, that's the same thing.
It's an industry thing. That's not his fault. That's exactly. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So I think that the girl who was talking about him on Grapevine, please don't come for me because I can't win in an argument against you. You're way too highbrow, way too high. But I just disagree. I agree with.
Yeah, I do think there is a lot of cultural appropriation in the industry, in both industries, in music and film and TV, and art, everything. So,
which is why taking it back to film, because we have to take it back to film. Like White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah,
I love that film.
It's a good film. But I think that's one of the reasons why I love Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, one of the I think about these kind of discussions. And it just popped into my head just right now, and I'm like,
look at that. You know, look at why men can't jump. Hey, except men can't jump. But you know, slightly on topic but off topic, not necessarily music, but on cultural appropriation. You know, people I see on Twitter all the time, we have white people say, oh my God, you know, here they go again, as in black people, here we go again, you know, cultural appropriation, blah, blah, blah. But what about Beyonce when she wears blonde wigs? What is that? What do you...
I could get sort of like into a whole... It's not the same because... Firstly, you can't get black people with blonde hair. Secondly, it's not the same because black people have been conditioned to feel that our hair, the way our hair naturally grows out of our head, coily, tight, afro, is unattractive. And we've been sort of like conditioned to feel that the European beauty standards is the way forward. So, you know, if, you know, there was, you know, when Lupita first came out, I remember certain people was just like, why doesn't she wear a wig? Like, why does she have just her hair out? And she's like, I don't think she's that cute. You know, it's just like, oh, but Beyonce with, you know, like a 20-inch wig, blonde wig is attractive. Yeah, of course she is. And she's fair skinned. Even her dad said that the only reason that she...
when Matthew knows some knowledge, I was like,
that's the only reason. But we all know that. We've all been knowing that. It's just like, Kelly Rowland is just as talented, but she's never been given the same opportunities. Never. I think she even made a song about it. She's like, why does Beyonce get all the opportunities? What about me? I'm also sort of like there as well. And it's just like, I've always thought like Kelly was beautiful. Maybe because I was able to relate to her.
I think Kelly Rowland is one of the most gorgeous.
Honestly. It's just like, it was nice sort of like, it's the whole representation thing, sort of like seeing another dark-skinned woman. And it's just like, yes, Kelly Rowland, I see you because you look like me. So for me, Kelly Rowland's always been, I mean, I'm still sort of...
for me as well.
Yeah. So, and
she's always been the one for me as well.
Yeah, honestly. Always. I mean, yes, Beyonce's amazing. I love her. I will pay to see her whenever, you know.
I wouldn't, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go see like the on the run or tour again because I don't need to see it because I feel like I've
Did you watch the first one? Did you go to the first one?
Yeah, I went to the first one. I feel like I've been to all her other ones.
I went to watch the Friends, though.
I think that's the one that I didn't miss. I went to the Beyonce one, and then did I go to watch the Throne? I feel like I would have.
Oh my God.
Anywho.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. But yeah.
Yeah, but no, she is amazing. But I feel like Kelly's always been the one for me. Kelly's always been.
No, agreed. But the fact that even Beyonce's dad came out, I think everyone or every black person was like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know, innit? It's just almost kind of like we need someone to say it. Yeah, to verify what we've been thinking.
And it was her father. So it was like, ooh, okay. Well,
like, how can anyone contest this? Because he knew and he sort of like, you know, pushed them out and probably pushed her to the front knowing that she's going to help them get recognition because she is the fairest skin, you know, beauty of the group. So, you know, colorism's it's fucking hard. You know, but we try. We do what we can.
We do what we can. But yeah.
Gosh, yeah, that was a deep one.
Yeah, it was a deep one. So we'll let you guys think again.
Let us
have to agree with us.
Yeah, no, you don't. But interesting to hear what you guys think about, I guess, like colorism and, you know, cultural appropriation. Also, sort of like what you think about sort of Steven Spielberg's thoughts on Netflix films and, you know, awards and stuff. So just tweet us about anything. Anything else that you want us to talk about, give us a shout. We are on social media at The Culture Real, and personally
at Abby Films,
at Tracky Sanya.
Drop us an email at theculturalpod@gmail.com. Thank you guys.
Thanks
always
for
a pleasure.
In. Thanks for sticking with us. We're going to try and bring you more and more content. But again, drop us a line if there's anything that you want us to talk about, if there's films that you'd like us to talk about, any films that we should review. I feel like we should do sort of like, you know, films like, you know, 3 out of 5 stars, 9 out of 10 stars.
Yeah, we will.
So yeah, give us a shout, get in touch, get interactive. We want to hear from you.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.